Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously like not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject some chemicals about the consoferino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Welcome to Wanna Bet. I'm Jason. That's Ben. I've got an otter on my shirt and a lobster on my head. Ben, how long you think I can balance this lobster on my head while doing the show?
I think
where would you set an over under? Now you can't go by our clock.
Yes,
because our clock doesn't use actual real time.
Very valid point.
Our clock is a little sketchy. It's starting to slip already. You think I can get to second down with this on my head?
Yeah.
This is Sean K's lobster, by the way.
I think, and the Sean K patch might have a little, stitch in it to keep it on the head a little longer. I'll say by second down, yeah.
You say second down? Yeah, I can make it the Hopzite? I don't know if I can make it the Hopzite.
If you really try hard. Now, if you don't, we know where you were thinking. But if you really make an effort.
I'm going to make an effort. Can I adjust it? I guess not. All right, this is Wanna Bet. We give you our favorite plays 7 days a week. Yeah, 7 days a week. We show all our work. We self-scout. We tell you where we're doing well, where we're not, why we're leaning into what we're leaning in, how we're playing it, and then we tell you how we did last night and since May 21st, our first show, during which I did not have a lobster on my head. In fact, I don't think we were even talking about 3 lobster nights then.
We weren't.
Beltway, Ben. Look, for that value plus 210, I'd make the Nuggets bet over and over and over again. Took them to double overtime. The Joker, who couldn't hit a deep shot to save his life last night, Ben, 1 for 14 from behind the arc. Damn, did he come close to ending that thing in regulation with a half quarter. And then, look, Jamal Murray played his ass off, but Jamal Murray, I mean, it was a little too much street ball at the end. Just he thought I get it. He had like 30 points, after 3 quarters. But some of those wasted possessions at the end hurt us. We could not get the Nuggets to win. Look, I really like the college parlay we put together that would have been 2-1. Unfortunately, Sparty lost at Minnesota. Late comeback, couldn't come through. But, bro, our Kangaroos, my God, do I love the Beltway, Ben, they were up with 5 minutes left. I'm like, not only might the Roos cover, they might win outright as a dog. Nothing to fear. South Dakota takes it by 7 in overtime. And Beltway, Ben, I believe that is the first NHL parlay in the history of Wanna Bet. Is it not?
I think you're right. I can't remember a time that I've done one. Definitely not me. Yeah, I think you're right.
So, yeah.
Did we lose you?
And
sounds like we lost you.
They could have easily won that. Beltway, Ben, how about you?
Oh, we got you back. A little bit of a down night. If Donovan Mitchell scores one more point, we have a profitable night. Would have felt a little bit better. We finished down just a little bit over half a unit. San Diego's team total got a little sweaty at the end, but it was a good call. Alabama A&M, 7.5 was way too much. That was a great basketball game. I had Alabama tied to a lot of different parlays, so I was sweating that one out. They were able to get the victory in other parlays, but we also lost our college parlay because BYU laid an egg at Oklahoma State, but they built you up on the way to halftime, down 15. They tied up. Damn.
Hang in there.
Getting choked up over this one. Wow.
You need some water? You sound like Mike McCarthy at his introductory press conference.
The volleyball games, and then we were on the Pat McAfee show. Sorry. No. Alabama was a great basketball game, but we had them attached to BYU in a parlay. BYU ties it up at halftime and then ends up falling on their face down the stretch. So they didn't win. Our other NBA parlay, Kevin Durant screws us out of our plus money. Didn't score 20-plus points for a second straight game. Damn sure I'm going to be on him in overtime today for 20-plus. I think I don't see him going 3 straight without scoring 20. And then we also did cash Brunson's field goal attempts and Brunson's points, and we didn't need the overtime or the double overtime for it. He cashed in regulation in the fourth quarter, so it was a solid, a little bit under average night.
You had a lot of action, by the way, Ben. You had a lot of action. All right. You gonna put me back up? I did not, Scout's honor, I did not touch the lobster during that extended look at last night. Beltway Ben, you're putting everything's in the, we can't fit everything we bet in the ticket. But it's in the what is it, on the YouTube comments? Is that the deal?
Yes.
So there you go. I'm really gonna raise the level of difficulty here. Look at this.
Wow.
And there's not a lot of coffee in there, so you got to really tilt it to get it.
You're a trooper.
So that's, how about that, Beltway Ben? Do you think I can get, well, my first down's going to be easy because it's just one play. Do you think I will be able to do my second down with multiple plays in less than 96 seconds, which is really more like 72 seconds, and keep the lobster on my head?
Yeah, I think you can.
You're a true believer, Ben.
You're a pro. I believe it.
I appreciate your support. All right. Typical me, I'm getting hot in the NHL, and they're about to shut it down for like 2 weeks for the Olympics. But we did make an NHL play here. We like the Islanders to take down the Devils tonight, minus 106 on the money line. Devils not good at home. Beltway Ben lost 4 of their last 5 overall. Devils have lost 7 of their last 10 at home. Look, New Jersey in the month of January, or I'm sorry, since January 1st, 29th in the NHL in goals allowed per game. The Islanders, 6th best goals against in the NHL since the start of January. Islanders, better hockey team, playing better hockey. Islanders been pretty good on the road, 17-11-1 against the spread on the road. I know I'm taking them tonight on the money line and not the puck line. It's a Devils team that's not winning or covering at home. We like the cars that go boom, and we like the Isles to get the full points tonight as we head into the Olympic break in ice hockey. Maybe we'll be on some ice hockey in the
I was going to ask, you think you'll be on
I don't
hockey?
think I'm going to have a lot of Olympic action. I really don't. Maybe some fourth and weirds. You know what I mean? Maybe the occasional fourth and weird, but I'm not going to. I don't lie to people. Like I'm
right
not spending a lot of time
No.
researching the Winter Olympics, and just because I make a stupid $5 bet doesn't mean I'm going to tell you to do it, especially if it's backed on absolutely nothing. So I don't think you're going to get a lot of what is it, Cortina Milano out of me or whatever the hell. Isn't that where they're doing it? Milan?
I don't pay much attention to the Winter Olympics. I'll watch it if it's on a little bit, but I have not real sports. That was mean. I have other stuff to watch that kind of gauges my.
You don't need to besmirch them, Beltway Ben.
Well, I like the Summer Olympics. The Olympics aren't as fun. Like I like the World Baseball Classic. I'll watch the World Cup. I'll watch the basketball in the Olympics, but
I can't nod my head.
I'm not interested. As much as some other people. But here, for first down, we're going RJ Barrett, who has been a pretty familiar face on the show, and we've had some success taking him. Every Toronto Raptors fan wants him gone. They want him out. They do not like him. Really cost them the game the other night against Minnesota, if you watch down the stretch.
Yeah.
Didn't shoot the ball well, turned the basketball over 4 times in the game, and 3 of them were down the stretch. But was out with injury. Then comes back in January and was on a little bit of a minutes restriction. 21, 24 minutes. All of a sudden, he gets up to 31 against Orlando, and I'm like, all right, he's back. Last 2 games, he's played just 28 minutes, and they're both tight games. I don't think that first down. I don't think that is a minutes.
I'm sorry to let you down, Ben.
I think it's more of you're not making winning plays for us down the stretch. We're going to have you off the court. And that always scares me with a player prop. It just does when you're taking a guy that is starting to get pushed into more of a reserve. He's still going to be on the court enough. He still should be able to get us 15 to 20 attempts. And if he can get us there, I think he scores 18 points in those games where he's played 30-plus minutes. Most of those, he gets us to anywhere from, 15, 20 shots, somewhere in that range. And he was going over this with regularity earlier in the year. Now it's come down a little bit, but he's still averaging 18.6 points. I get it. He's not playing great basketball right now. Fan base has turned on him a little bit, but I think he can get it going here tonight against a team who, I say it all the time, we have to attack when we can. They struggled defensively in the Chicago Bulls. They just traded a bunch of pieces. You don't get anybody yet that you've traded for. So I think the defense will continue to struggle. And when you are throwing a full court press with somebody and trying to stop someone from scoring, it ain't RJ Barrett with this team. Emmanuel Quickly's probably higher on the list than him. Brandon Ingram scoring 25 plus per game. Even Scotty Barnes can get to the bucket a little bit. So I think there'll be some opportunity for RJ Barrett to get us over 17.5 points, minus 108.
Excellent. Second down for me. Two familiar faces in college basketball if you watch the show regularly. We'll start with our Mercer Bears laying 4.5 at Chattanooga. Mercer 8-2 against the spread in conference play. They win on average by 10.3 points in conference. They cover on average by 4 a game in conference. I mean, look, they're 9-3 against the spread on the road. Mercer's averaging 89 points per game, Beltway Ben, in conference play. That's a lot. How about Chattanooga? Do they defend? Not so much. 286th in KenPom defense, 265th in KenPom offense. Chattanooga 0-4 against the spread, their last 4 at home. Chattanooga 4-8 against the spread after a loss. Chattanooga 5-5 against the spread in conference. Mercer has a plus 10.3 scoring differential. As I told you, in conference, they win by over 10 per game. How about Chattanooga? Minus 4.1. Mercer also the second best rebounding differential in conference. Chattanooga, 9th out of 10 teams. We just don't think Chattanooga can keep pace with Mercer in a lot of different ways here. And we like the UMBC Retrievers back home hosting Binghamton. They're laying 11.5. Juiced a little bit, minus 119 if you want to play it at 12.5 and not pay the juice. Knock yourself out. UMBC won by 18 at Binghamton, if you recall. We were on that one. The Retrievers have covered 4 of their last 5. The only one they didn't recover was at Vermont. That's a tough ask, but they played them tough on the road. UMBC plus 6.4 scoring margin in the America Beast Conference. Binghamton minus 8.4, worst in conference. UMBC, number 1 3-point shooting team in the conference. Binghamton, worst 3-point shooting defense in the conference. UMBC, really smart guard play, good backcourt, don't turn it over, get a ton of assists. Binghamton, 8th out of 9 teams in the America Beast in turnover to assist ratio. We think this one could get pretty lopsided there, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, just real quick, I knew looking 2 days ago at this slate, I was like, oh, Jason was going to be on UMBC.
You knew I'd be on the Retrievers?
I knew you would. I consider tailing, but I don't know. I just stay away from UMBC right now. I think at some point they'll fall, but I do like that they're winning. I'm a big diehard UMBC fan. I really am. Backyard, went to games with regularity growing up, but I'll wait on that. Atlanta Hawks minus 9.5 at minus 110 for me on second down. What do the Jazz have right now? I mean, when you look at what they sold and everything at the deadline, you're not getting anything back yet. Jaren Jackson still, the trade hasn't even processed. That's also go through. As of right now, he's ruled out. I really hope that nothing changes, but the trade hasn't processed. I don't expect him to play. And Atlanta, you would think trading Trae Young meant, we're going back down, we're going to tank, whatever. They're not doing that. They're not. They added CJ McCollum, who was more of a win-now player. They added Corey Kispert, who was more of a win-now player. You trade away Porzingis. He wasn't even playing because he's still dealing with an illness, which who even knows what it is. So he wasn't playing. They're not losing that tonight. I don't know how they don't win by 10 plus points in this spot. It's not something that they haven't dominated teams all year, but they have played fine with CJ McCollum. He's been able to get it going a little bit. Corey Kispert will knock some shots down for him. And as I said before, the big move that they just made yesterday in Porzingis, he's not playing. He's been out so much. They've won 25 games this year. And you get a matchup. They won last game by 12. You get a matchup with a Jazz team who are 16-35. They know what's at stake here. They want that top pick. They want to continue struggling. And they're without almost everybody. If Keontae George was playing, I wouldn't be taking this. But he's out. So in this spot, even Lauri Markkanen and Yusuf Nurkic, those guys are not carrying them to a win. And Isaiah Collier is coming off a game where he played 48 minutes. So in this spot, I'm pretty comfortable taking the Hawks minus 9.5 at minus 110.
I'm going to be on the other end of that Porzingis trade coming up in overtime, Beltway Ben. That's a tease. That's a tease. Call that in the profession. And we call this halftime, a.k.a. Hop Zeit! Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Third down. got a trio of NCAA overs. Are there some familiar faces? Yes, we're playing the hits here. Not playing all the hits. If you notice, we haven't been on the Elon Mudskippers quite as much lately. We are shifting. We do like some CAA overs, but we shift the teams around a little bit. We go where the numbers take us. Where do you want me to start? Well, let's start with our Denver Pioneers. We love those crazy bastards. Denver at North Dakota State. We're going over the 158.5. It's juiced a little bit. Last we left off with our Denver Pioneers. They are 18-2-1 to the over this season. Oh, wait, Ben. 11-0-1 to the over in conference. I'm sorry. 11-0-1 to the over as a dog. 7-2 to the over in conference. 10-2-1 to the over on the road. Those games go over by 6.6 points per game. It was a tight one last time these two met. 82-77. It went over by a half point. I'll take the 159 again. How about North Dakota State? Well, they're 6-2 to the over their last 8. They're 6-3 to the over in conference. They're 11-6 to the over as a favorite. They're 11-5 to the over after a win. They are 14-7-1 to the over on the season. We got to go there. You don't trust me? You don't start the clock? You don't trust me, Beltway Ben?
Sometimes I hit it and think it starts.
What's the matter? You look a little flummoxed.
No, we're good.
AKA flummoxed. AKA flumoxed. Whoa, it went to 117. What's the matter? Stop it. Pause it.
Nothing.
Pause it. What's the matter, Ben?
Nothing.
What's on your mind?
No, I was shaking my
Looks
head
like you were
because I
fighting
hit
the machine.
play.
Were you fighting the machine?
You started. I went to the editing computer and then it was not started. But like sometimes I'm not looking at the screen as much.
Okay. So no, the machine hasn't failed you yet today. Just me. I failed you not being able to keep the lobster on my head. I'll let you down.
I thought I clicked start. It didn't. It was on me.
All right, well, let's keep it at 124. What the hell? So we're in the over in the Denver game. We also like, you tell me. You put it up and I'll follow. Bill.
Drexel. Okay. Wait, so you don't want me to start? You're going to go over anyways. I'll leave the clock at 124.
Leave it at 124.
Yeah. All right.
Drexel, Campbell, over. We like Campbell's overs. 143.5. Campbell's over 7 of their last 8. Campbell and William & Mary over the weekend, in case you weren't paying attention, put up 200 points. Campbell's 8-2 to the over in conference. Those games go over by 8.7 per game. What about Campbell and equal rest? 9-1 to the over. Campbell's played 8 straight games that have had at least 150 points or more. Now, look, I get it. Drexel, there's a reason this number is that low. Drexel's not a huge tempo team. Average score of Drexel games in the CAA, 64-60. But Campbell, 81-82. Yeah, Campbell's scoring over 80 per game in conference and giving up over 80 per game in conference. We think Drexel's going to get theirs here. Top 25 team in the country in opponent EFG. Top 30 team in the country shooting the 3 ball. They hit the boards pretty good and get second chance points. And we do think Campbell can score enough on everybody to get us over here. We also like the over Northeastern at Hofstra. We're going over the 155.5. Northeastern, their games are the high-scoring games in the CAA. Average score, 81-87. Yeah, Northeastern's giving up 87 a game in conference. Hofstra in the CAA, average score, 75-73. We've got the number 1 and number 3 3-point shooting teams in the CAA. Northeastern is the worst 3-point defense in the CAA, and they're going on the road. Hofstra shoots better at home than the road. Hofstra's 7-3 to the over in CAA play. Northeastern's over 12 straight games. Those games have gone over, Beltway Ben, on average, by 19.875 points per game. All 12 Northeastern overs this season are over by at least 5 points. 9 of Northeastern 12 overs are over by 10.5 points or more. We're riding that train.
Yeah, third down for me. We are going to the NBA. We're going to play Royce O'Neal over 4.5 boards, which you can find. It's very juiced here. Minus 145. Listen, in most spots, I would just get up a number because I don't want to pay the juice and play one more number. But like in points are different than rebounds, right? Rebounds, one rebound is a true difference, and points can be too. You can lose on the hook, but one bucket gets you 2 points. A 3-pointer can get you, like, it's different with rebounds and assists. It's just a little bit tougher to get. So I'm going to take him over Royce O'Neal. That's spelled wrong. O'Neal over 4.5 rebounds at -145. I like him a lot in this spot. When you look at what the Warriors have done on the glass, they've really struggled. And Royce O'Neal was clearing this with regularity for the first few months of the season. We get to, early February, late January. He wasn't able to get over this much. Mark Williams just grabbed 11 boards in the game. As big as he is, he's not as active on the glass as he should be, I'll just be completely honest with you. The more you watch that team play, he should be grabbing way more boards than he does. But in this spot tonight, like the way that the Warriors don't have that many true bigs. Like Draymond is on the court as a 5 sometimes. Post will drag you out. So I don't know how much Mark Williams will really be on the court tonight. I know he's going to start and he'll probably play 25 plus minutes, but down in crunch time, I think that they're going to need guys like Royce O'Neal, like Dylan Brooks, those dudes to grab some boards here. And Golden State, even losing Buddy Hield, still wants to chuck the 3. They're shooting more 3s than a lot of teams in the NBA. So I think there could be some long boards there for a small forward in Royce O'Neal. Give me Royce O'Neal over 4.5 boards at -145.
Excellent. Again, I will be on that game in a couple ways in overtime. Fourth and weird. Look, I'm not going to tell you that the numbers back this up. I ran the numbers on how often this season in Patriots games and Seahawks games, the first score was a field goal. And it was not statistically, it wasn't something that happened with any regularity, but a Super Bowl is not your normal game. And it's 2 defensive-minded head coaches, and it's 2 teams who probably feel better about their defenses than their offense, and it's 2 kickers who've gotten a lot of opportunities and have cashed. And with the way these rules are now, where you start drives on the 40, and with both these teams having explosive returners who could set you up with field position, it might not take much to try a long field goal early. I got to be honest with you. I played this 2 days ago. I got it at +130. +110 is the best I could find it now. But the first score in the Super Bowl to be a field goal for plus money, I'm on it.
For me, we're going to go to a parlay. Not really a long shot. I didn't love many opportunities. Just here in this Sixers game, we're going to play Luka Doncic 30-plus points, Joel Embiid 25-plus points at +112. Like this a lot here. In this spot, 2 teams don't play great defense. It's a primetime spot. Everybody's going to be watching, and it's a late game, but it will be nationally televised. Luka knows what's at stake here when you're playing superstars. Talk about it all the time. Superstars playing superstars, it usually brings out the best in them. And Joel Embiid, 25-plus points in almost all of his last 10 games. He's scoring 30-plus in a majority of those, and he's starting to play much better basketball. He's getting more comfortable. He's getting to the free throw line a lot more again. So I'm comfortable with Embiid getting the 25. And Luka, this is something he's done with regularity this season. He's gone for 30-plus in a lot of games. The issue is his number's 32.5. I was a little scared. We'll get to him a little bit more in overtime. Sometimes it's 31, 32 that he's finishing at, and I don't want to risk, him scoring 31 points and screwing me on this parlay when we could still get plus money, taking him for 30 plus and taking Embiid for 25 plus. So again, for 2 superstars that are doing this with regularity, facing off against each other with other stars like Maxey, like LeBron playing in this matchup, I do expect them to get it going, both of them. And the Lakers don't defend inside, right? DeAndre Ayton's lazy as hell. Jackson Hayes is suspended because he's a horrible human being. Jackson Hayes
shoved G Wiz. Was it a shove? Was it a slap? I've only read about the encounter. I haven't seen the video.
It's horrible.
He abused G Wiz. G Wiz is the worst mascot in the history of mascots.
Well, yeah, but this is wrong. G Wiz is running with the flag, the Wizards flag, and the cheerleaders are running out. And Jackson Hayes is sitting on the bench and stands up and shoves him, bumps into a cheerleader. They go flying. Dude, Jackson Hayes is a horrible human being.
Yeah, that's a bad move. G Wiz does look like he came out of some 1960s Timothy Leary LSD experiment. G Wiz is, that's an acquired taste right there. Dude, how pasty are my arms? They're really not, they're not that white in real life. But boy, they look pasty here. G Wiz is a concoction of just shite. I guess he's supposed to be mystical. And I think G Wiz predated Harry Potter. You would look at G Wiz and be like, they're trying to rip off Harry Potter a little bit.
I like G Wiz.
But I do think he's older. I think he's older than Harry Potter.
That's interesting, but I like G Wiz, and I also think Jackson Hayes is a hack and a horrible human being, which I could
You
talk
love
about.
G Wiz? Did you just say that?
Yeah, I do. I'm a Wizards fan. What do you?
Yeah, but
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to think that that's.
I don't have to like the mascot. Yeah,
that's
I
a
do. I'm a true
half-ass
Wizards fan.
mascot, bro.
Gee whiz.
That's a half-ass slap.
It's not a
together
half-ass mascot. It's
The
gee
nose
whiz.
doesn't even go with the face. It's not even a thing.
It's interesting.
It's not even a thing. Like if you're going
It's
to create a
interesting.
thing like a Philly fanatic, like it's got to have some panache. It's got to have some pop. Gee whiz looks like you blindfolded somebody and said, "Grab this side, like just grab any like shape for a face. Grab any, like reach into this box and grab any of these noses, grab any of these ears, grab any of these body types, and we're just going to slam it together." And that's Gee whiz.
I don't like your Gee whiz hate. I'll be honest.
I feel like now we should have a picture of Gee whiz to put up there, but we didn't know we were going to be talking about Gee whiz.
We did.
So there's no pre-production on the
There's
Gee
no
whiz.
pre-production.
We didn't know.
Yes, we would have known. But moral of the story: Jackson Hayes is a hack and a horrible human being, and I really dislike that guy. I mean, I really go look up some history on him. Just a trash human being. What, dude? And then he shoves Gee whiz. Like it's not even about Gee whiz. The cheerleader gets like blown up. The cheerleader running out gets blown up. Dude, you're a grown man.
They should sue his ass.
They should.
Well, you know what though? These cheerleaders have no rights. If you saw the things they signed their lives away to these billionaires to get free popcorn and like unlimited Diet Coke.
I mean, have you seen the video? You got to see the video.
I haven't seen the video.
Dude, it's Bush League. I usually think stuff like this is funny because in reality, I thought he was walking out. I was like, "Get out of my way." Dude, he shoved him hard, like with the thing. He completely collides with a cheerleader. Jackson Hayes, horrible human being. I wish the worst on you.
Overtime?
Yeah.
All right. We're on this Golden State Phoenix game, as we alluded to. Look, I don't know what Golden State's really trying to accomplish right now, but they're short on players, and they were kind of like a Frankenstein team since Butler went down. We like the Suns. We like the Suns covering at home. But look, we'll start out Suns money line, Gillespie 3 or more 3-pointers, Dylan Brooks 20 or more points. Like Gillespie was already a chucker. Beltway Ben, since Booker got hurt, he's really chucking it. Dude's averaging 9 threes a game since their leading scorer went down, and he's making 4.8 of those 9. So not too shabby. His numbers already trended up in 3-point attempts versus Golden State on the season. And Brooks is averaging 25 a game since Booker went down. Brooks this season against Golden State averaging 53% from the field, 50% from behind the arc. And Golden State, since Jimmy Butler went down, really bad defensively and really bad defending the 3-ball. You look at their last 12 games, they're 18th in the league in overall defense, 24th in the league defending the 3-ball. Opponents shooting over 38% per game behind the 3-ball. The Suns like taking them. They like taking them at home, and the Suns have been great at home all year. So these are two guys who I think step up into the void of Booker, and we think the Suns win the game. We also think the Suns cover the 6.5, and we're on that. The Suns are 17-6 against the spread at home. They did have a little slump, but they've come back recently. They smashed Detroit. They smashed Cleveland. Now, look, they've only covered one of the two so far this year against Golden State. But, have the Suns 8 of their last 10 at home. The Warriors are 3-7, their last 10 on the road. We got a Phoenix team that in the month of January was number 6 in the NBA in net rating, number 2 in defensive rating. The Warriors have lost 5 of their last 7. And again, I don't know. I mean, are the Warriors tanking? Are they soft tanking? I don't know, but it ain't good. And I don't think it's going to be good for them in Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, for overtime, we have a few different things. And anybody who's loyal, who's watched our show, they knew we would be attacking this game somehow, some way. So we're going to do it here. Pistons on the money line and a Cade Cunningham double-double, -145. Listen, again, some juice. We're paying juice a few times here today. Yeah. It's a big NBA slate, but the trade deadline scares me at 3:30.
Weird. The league is weird right now, man.
It's really weird. And we've had success still, but I tried to stay away from role players as much as I could because I didn't want to get screwed one way or the other. So outside, Royce O'Neal, I don't see getting traded either. So I think Royce O'Neal we're fine going with in that spot. But here, Pistons on the money line, Cade Cunningham. Cade ain't getting traded. The Pistons aren't trading anything of value. The only thing that could happen is the Wizards. And Cade has had 8+ assists in first quarters before. We've seen him have 10+ assists in the first quarter, or first half, sorry. That is very, very possible. And if that's the case, we should be able to get a double-double before the fourth quarter if there's a blowout. I like him a lot in the spot. Last time they matched up, what did we do? We took the triple-double, which we're going to take again here tonight, plus 2,100. No fourth quarter. There's a chance of it. I'm fine, though. I'll take the risk. Last time we had it, these teams played a very tight game, went to overtime, and we actually had the 3-point buzzer beater cash us for his 10th assist. Since then, Cade has been going for 10+ assists with regularity. The Wizards are still allowing tons of boards. They're struggling on the glass, and Cade is another one of those guys. I know where I'm at. If I got 8 boards in the fourth quarter, I'm going to grab 2 more to get me that triple-double. Cade wants to be in MVP talks, and Cade is a guy that I had on a fade list for a little while because I was pretty frustrated with his scoring. But triple-double, He did cash us a big triple-double. I can't be too upset at him for that. So you're 1 unit tail or a half unit?
No, 1 unit.
1 unit tail. There we go.
Sorry, I'm just putting all the dogs up there.
Yeah, I respect that.
No, if you're on it for a unit, I'm on it for a unit.
Awesome.
Let's go.
And then lastly, we just threw a few.
Wizards allow the most triple doubles in the league.
They do. We talk about it all the time. We watch the Wizards, so you don't have to. But here for our last overtime parlay, I'm going to throw another Cade double here. The Hawks on the money line. We talked about them. Why I like them -9.5. Kevin Durant 20+ points. He hasn't done it in a few straight. I don't think that's continuing. Even against a Hornets defense, it's really playing good basketball. Joel Embiid 25+ points. Talked about him before. And the Spurs on the money line +304. Cade double, Hawks money line, Spurs money line, Embiid 25+ points, KD 20+ points, +304. And then also I talked about it. I didn't put it in. Luka Doncic over 33.5 points, which you can find at, or 32.5, sorry. 32.5 points at -110 against the Sixers, whose defense hasn't been amazing. I will be taking that late night tip-off, superstars against superstars. Pretty exciting game. I'm going to take Luka for over 32.5 -110. 1 unit play.
There you have it. That's the show. There could be more NBA lineup and trade shenanigans before these games tip off. If there's something we need to alert you to, we will do it on our Twitters. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, you can always hit us up at our Gmail, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. We appreciate all the feedback and interaction we get. There's how it went last night. It was a solid night for me. It was up a little bit. Again, Nuggets, double overtime. What are you going to – I mean, it was right there for him. Horrible night for Luka behind the arc. If he goes 2 of 14 instead of 1 of 14.
Real quick, just so you know, my dad did text me at late last night. Had Murray over 2.5 threes and Jokic over 1.5. Jokic goes 1 for 13.
Oh, my God.
So he did have his threes. We can blame him for that loss.
I mean, some of them, like by the third quarter, they were like just daring him. You want to keep shooting that from the top of the key off the front rim, brother? Go ahead. You could tell he totally, like he didn't have his legs all the way under him, right? And then the longer that game went and the longer he was over the alleged minute restriction, and he's shooting with all arms and no legs, and you're like, ugh. And then Murray starts flinging them from anywhere. So, anyhow. We'll be back. We'll be fading the Knicks again tomorrow, though, in Detroit, Beltway, Ben.
I already see the social media posts. Knicks have won 9 straight. They're playing great basketball.
That's fine. And I know who they've played, and I know how they've done it.
I'm with you.
And if Josh Hart's still out and they go to Detroit, you want to know how many times Detroit's lost at home to Eastern Conference teams this year, Beltway, Ben? We're at the All-Star break. How many times do you think Detroit's lost at home to Eastern Conference teams this year?
Twice.
3.
Oh, close.
And 2 of them were in October. So it's like once since November.
Friday night. That'll be a fun one. I'm going to.
Yeah.
I like that matchup there.
I've already done a lot of work on that one.
The Knicks have won 8 straight, Jason. Second in the East. Good thing they fired Tibbs. Mike Brown, great basketball coach. Can't escape.
They're great. They're great. They're going to lose in Detroit. So that's the show. We got some Premiership tomorrow. Our Leeds United hosting Forest. We'll be on that. We'll have a lot of Super Bowl bets for you guys over the weekend.
Yes. Oh, and our video. And it's going to be officially on the Twitter today. It was too late last night. I want to
Okay.
post it during the day, but it is on our YouTube. Go check out us breaking down the Super Bowl. It's been on our YouTube for a few days now.
There you go. Apple Bottom, Spotifyers. We appreciate you however you consume our content. And we will do this again tomorrow at 11. You want to bet, we want to bet. Thank you for betting with us.